Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Happy Thursday. Happy thriving Thursday. What's up, y'all? Yo, I hope somebody bought the biggest notepad they could find. Yo, we got to go in. We got to go in. And my apologies, y'all. I got the time wrong yesterday when I told y'all about the mental health conversation that Donovan is hosting. It's not at 6 o'clock, it's at 7 o'clock. So we're gonna finish up what we was talking about emotional intelligence. And then for 7 o'clock, we're gonna go here and stream Donovan. Y'all gonna have to get y'all popcorn for that conversation. They talking about the impact of mental health on students in school. Very important conversation, yo. Bring everybody you know to the table on that. That's about to be real. But I'm super excited because y'all know I thought we was going to have to wait 2 weeks to finish up our conversation, and it is so important. So I'm excited to like finish up and to talk through. And the crazy thing, y'all, I got a session tomorrow at a business that's about exactly what we talking about. You know how I told y'all, like when you come in here, you're getting lessons that people pay top dollars for in their business because they want their businesses to run better. They want their employees to be better. Like, yo, if they was to hop on this live right now, yo, they would call me all kind of frauds, yo. They'd be like, Miss Joni, you a fraud. How you charging us all these thousands of dollars when whole time we could have just came here and got it for free? Yo, it's really about to be a mirror conversation. But that just go to show, yo, when you learn this stuff early and you can apply it, you automatically add value to yourself, yo. You will never have to work for under what you know you are worth when you learn these type of lessons, y'all. I can't wait to get into it. But what's up, y'all? How y'all feeling today? I hope somebody came ready to learn, yo. For real, yo. I hope somebody came ready to take at least one of these lessons and apply them in your real life, yo. I hope somebody came to level up, yo, because I'm only looking to work with people that's ready to level up. Yes, Ma said, I love these sessions. Me too, Ma. I love doing them, yo. Like, for real, for real. Listen, we about to get into my little speaking situation. I'm gonna speak to everybody, and then we're gonna get right into the lesson because y'all know how our time be on these sessions. We never have enough time. So, yo, my goal today is not to run out of time, yo. All right. Breezy, is that you at the top, baby? What's up, Breezy? How you doing, yo? Good to see you, yo. Chaos Smoothies. What's up, Cam? Checking in from ATL. Good to see you. Yo, Jimma the Dilemma. Yo, y'all gotta love Jimma the Dilemma, yo. Yo, she ain't winning Wednesdays to end yesterday. You hear me? Down to the last second, yo. She like, no, because there's still so much more to say, yo. I love it, yo. I love it. And you know what, too, yo? I thought about something that Jimma the Dilemma and Big 16 said yesterday. Remember how we was talking about how it's your job to put somebody else on? Like, it's not enough if you on here growing and you on here learning, but you not sharing and you not bringing other young people into the fold, into the community so that they can benefit as well. Remember how we had that conversation and Jimmy the Dilemma was all like, yo, I be feeling like a Jehovah's Witness sometimes. Right? Remember she said that? I was thinking about that, yo. And one thing that I want to tell everybody is like, yo, like, say to people and have conversations with people the way you would want somebody to have a conversation with you. Like, if you didn't know nothing about heart smiles, if you didn't know anything about the concept of you being able to be a leader and you being able to take control of your life and you being able to learn these lessons that adults are still struggling to learn, like if you didn't know any of that, or maybe if you was just lost in this world, period, and you was just like, yo, I don't even know what to do. Like, yo, think about how what you would want somebody to say to you and how that person will have to say it to you just to pique your interest. Even if you didn't show up or even if it took you a while to actually come and get on, but like How would you want somebody to have that conversation with you, to present it to you, to that way maybe you thinking about it. Maybe you do go on Instagram and you follow and you start watching the jewels, and then you like, if I'm getting this much from a 30-second jewel, what can I potentially get from a 1 hour session? You know, just like something like that. So I just wanted to kind of just like put that out there, because I'm sure that that's a challenge for a lot of people when you are trying to put people on. But I'm telling y'all, like, being in some of these big meetings and big conversations with people that got the money and people that got the power to impact your life as a young person, I'm always the one there. Like, why are we having this conversation with no young people at the table to be able to guide us and tell us their experience and what they want? And like, yo, one thing is just always clear to me: not enough young people are up on y'all level, like where y'all at. Like, and y'all still growing, don't get me wrong, but like, not enough young people understand how to be professional, how to move in those spaces, how to authentically be themselves while still representing other young people as a whole. And we need more young people like that, yo. Like, as much as I love tapping on some of the people who I know are going to like knock it out the park, it's frustrating sometimes to have to keep tapping on the same shoulders, because it's like, yo, why don't we have more young people that can go and sit at these tables? Why don't I have more young people that I can trust to go out and represent us, even if I'm not there? And that's where y'all come into play in terms of helping to build a network and build up our capacity so that y'all really can be a force. So I just wanted to put that out there. Cam, I saw you had a comment. I mean, what we talking about today? I'm about to send messages on the class group. Hey, yo, Chaos Smoothies, we're going to finish up our conversation about emotional intelligence. So that's going to be the topic for the day once we get into it. But I had to put that out there real quick because they made some good points about that. And y'all, we're going to get some stickers. We're going to get some posters and all that stuff like that. So we're going to tag the city up too. Don't even get it twisted, y'all. We're going to get back to that. But where was I at? Yo, what's up, yo? Tizzy Tay, what's up, Tizzy Tay? And congratulations, Tizzy Tay. Finn, what's up, Finn? Y'all, big shout out to Finn, yo. My man is getting so much better as a presenter. When I first heard him present, yo, when he was first on stage, I was screaming on the inside, yo. But like today, that man went into that mayor's office meeting like he owned the joint. After the meeting, yo, they was all like, that boy is exceptional. Him and Relly Rels. So shout out to Finn and Relly Rels for holding it down on that mayor's office meeting. Because when I tell you the presentation skills is getting top notch, that's how you get yourself invited into the room. When she asked everybody to leave and asked me to stay on that call, you know what she asked me to stay on that call for? Because she didn't want everybody else to hear that she just got $10.1 million to do work with youth food insecurity. She didn't want everybody to hear that number. She just wanted to tell me. And she like, Miss Joni, we need to figure out how we get these young people involved in that, because at these meetings ain't no young people sitting at the table. And she was all like, I just heard it for myself, listening to Finn and listening to Rel. She was like, I just heard for myself, they need to be at these tables helping to make these decisions. So I'm like, you daggone right. But that wouldn't have been possible had they went in there unprofessional, acting like a fool, not making sense. Nobody wouldn't even have took a second look, because all we really known for is like the squeegee boys, and no shade, but that's all they really used to seeing young black men as. But they showed up and showed out. Hunty, when she told me that 10.1 mil, I'm like, huh? Okay, let's do it. Let's get it done. Yes. So shout out to y'all on that. Nisi Pooh, what's up, Nisi Pooh? Yo, shout out to Nisi Pooh, yo. Single-handedly carrying that Voices on Vax, like with the content, with the social media. So definitely making sure y'all supporting her on that, yo. Kayla, what's up, Kayla? Hey, Kels, don't do me like that, yo. What's up, Kayla? How you feeling, yo? Marta General, what's up, Marta General? Yes, Jimmy the Dilemma, you heard me right, yo. You heard me right. People is getting money for y'all. And this is the thing I be fussing about all the time. people getting money for y'all. But if you don't put yourself in position, then all they going to do is get that money and make the decision for you. That's why it's important for you to get these skills that we be talking about and to build yourself up as a professional, so that way you can sit at the table and help make some of those decisions. And so you can sit at that table and get a little piece of that money and help them decide where that money should go to and who should be getting that money. Because as long as we got other people making decisions for us, they're going to want to keep us in a position of poverty. So that way we not ever at the table. They want to keep us in a position of being unprofessional, so we not never at that table. Like, yo, they want to keep us right where we at so they can continue to tell us what's good for us. No, this is why we build ourselves up, so we can let them know. Yo, Big 16, you sent me something? I'ma check it. But what's up, Big 16? Good to see you, yo. He checking back in with us, yo. I think he back. Hey, y'all see my brother, yo. Hey, talking about all smiles at Mervo. Hey, yo, listen. I'm just speaking the truth, yo. Tima, what's up, Tima? Let me find out Tima being real consistent, yo. What's up, Tima? What's up, Kels? Good to see you, yo. Trent checking in. Trent, I ain't believe you when you said you was going to be consistent, yo. But good to see you. Thank you for showing up, yo. What's up, yo? Keon. What's up, Keon? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you, yo. Mr. Elaborator. What's up, Mr. Elaborator? How you feeling, yo? Destiny. What's up, Destiny? Good to see you, yo. How you feeling, yo? What's up, Naya? Good to see you, Naya. Nyasia, little Beyonce. What's up, yo? How you feeling? Mr. Bonnet. What's up, Mr. Bonnet? How you doing, yo? Yo, Donovan on here, yo. Yo, we gonna live stream Donovan starting at 7 o'clock, yo. Say Martin General said, I think that's where Heart Smile started. Well, we were using their building. We didn't necessarily start, but Mervo was one of the first schools that we were able to gain access to. It was the second school. Belmont was first, and then Mervo. So, yeah. You sent a message to the group, me. I know that's right, Chaos. Thank you, Chaos Smoothie. Hey, yo, Trent said, nah, you don't have it. Hey, look, Trent. Listen, I be having this conversation all the time. It's not about what you're doing right now with this present moment that makes your reputation. It's about your past. So it's like, you right now you creating a new past, and your past was Trent was a ghost. You was little Casper around here. We never saw you, yo. But now we starting to see you, yo. I love to see it. I love to see it. Can't wait to witness your growth. What's up, Asita? How you feeling, yo? Good to see you, yo. Good to see you. All right, y'all. I think I got everybody, yo. Let's get into this lesson, because y'all know we never have enough time. Share my screen right fast. Y'all already know how we do. You trying to get into the nursing field? All right, yo, we got you. And y'all, the cool thing about this is that, like, all the stuff that we talk about, yo, it's applicable to any field, yo. Anything. Oh, Taylor, my bad, yo. Stop playing, yo. You know I never do that to you, yo. Stop playing, yo. Stop playing. And y'all, shout out to Taylor too, y'all. I really gotta shout Taylor out, yo, because Taylor be at work, right? Like literally working at work, checking in. Like, yo, I don't even care. These orders about to wait, because I got to make sure that I'm checked in on what I'm supposed to be on. Like, yo, for real. Hey, Track Star, my bad. Hey, yo, stop playing, yo. Stop playing, Track Star. Yo, you know I never, ever forget about you, yo. Stop playing. What's up? How you feeling? Good to see you, yo. My bad, yo. I'm so sorry. Look, it's only because, yo, the devil working on me right now, yo. The devil is working, yo. Can't even get my screen up right now, yo. Hang on, y'all. Let me try to unplug it and plug it back in, yo. Second day in a row. Hey, yo, stop playing. Hey, Taylor, you ain't even lying. And you know what? Matter of fact, Taylor, I got a project for you too, y'all. It's a short-term project, but it's a good project, yo. And I'm gonna tell you about it when we get off of here to see if you want to do it. But I think that you would have a lot to add, especially since you in that phase of you wanting to like speak and talk and build up your brand and be out there more. Like I got something for you. I know, Finn, it's crazy. Oh man, yo, this is about to kill me, yo. Yo, this is literally about to kill me, yo. This ain't even about to work. All right, this might be what we had to do, yo. I'm gonna try this one last time. And if it don't work this one last time, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to just share the entire thing so that y'all can see it. Y'all should still be able to hear me. But then I'm just going to have to look at the comments from my phone. Yo, crazy, yo. Crazy technology, yo. Some haters. But it's all right because they ain't ever going to be able to stop us. All right, yeah, it's not working. It's not working. All right. So this is what I'm about to do, y'all. I'm about to just go ahead and share the whole screen. So it's about to look a little crazy right now. And then I'm going to get the join up. And you should be able to see it right now. Right? If we were doing something crazy, definitely be able to see it, right? Wouldn't be no problems. All right. So we should be able to see it. Y'all should be able to hear me. Got the comments on my phone. Yo, we going to keep this joint rolling. All right. So remember last week, right? We was talking about the character traits, the different character traits of people with low emotional intelligence versus people with high emotional intelligence. Oh, you can see both? That's what's up. Perfect. So we're gonna continue with that conversation, and then we're gonna get into like some of the like hardcore strategies that we talk about. All right. So we got two more to go through. So let's do low, and then let's do our high over here. All right. So people with low emotional intelligence, and please let me know if y'all know some of these people, yo. Low, resistant to change. People with low emotional intelligence, yo, they ain't trying to change a thing. You heard me? They the people that's like, look, everything been working the way that it's supposed to work for all these many years. Why we got to change? They also the same people that when you try to give them feedback or try to help them level up, instead of them taking that and using that to build on it and get better, they the dummies that get bitter about it and get angry about it and think that you coming for their life when whole time you really just trying to help them. Like that's those people. They are also passive. People with low emotional intelligence. And yo, I can't, the passive aggressive people, it's like, yo, just say it. Like just communicate. Like instead of doing things that you know are shady towards people, just go ahead and say whatever it is. And I'm not talking about like the shady where like you like playing like you got a relationship with that person and you like, you know, like low key calling them out or whatever, but really you helping them. I'm talking about passive as in a sense where you know that there's a problem, you know that there's an issue, you know that you and this person need to have a conversation, but you avoid that conversation. And instead of having that conversation, you do things that cause even more friction between you and that person. Or like you do things that make the situation even worse. And it's not like a real loud thing, but just small little things that kind of build up until everything pretty much explodes. Those people, very low emotional intelligence. Hey, Donovan said he definitely knows something. Team, are you loving it? I'm glad you are because y'all, this is big stuff, y'all. People who have low emotional intelligence, y'all, too, they are unresponsive. They are those people you email them, they don't reply back. You send a follow up to that email, they still don't reply back. You send a text, they don't answer that text, they leave you on red or whatever. You call them, they decline your call. These people are people that avoid communication, they avoid trying to engage. And especially when it's like conflict or friction or something like that, these people are just unresponsive. The term go ghost, that's them, yo. Go ghost. You can't be a leader like that. You cannot be a leader like that. And one of the craziest things is that 9 times out of 10, when you are having a difficult situation with somebody, all it takes is for somebody to open up the door for communication to start working towards a resolution. It don't mean that it's going to get solved right away, because sometimes it takes more than just one conversation. But most times, especially in a professional setting, because I've seen it happen so many times, people are like, oh my God, thank you for telling me. Oh, I'm glad we had this conversation because I would have never known. Like something like that, that hints towards the idea that all you had to do was say something. But people with that low emotional intelligence, they avoid that at all costs because they want to stay on the outskirts. They don't want to be involved in any type of conflict. And if you want to be a leader, I'm telling you this loud and clear. If you really want to be a strong leader, you got to get used to running towards conflict and not running away from it. You got to run towards the fight, towards the drama, towards the issues, not to add any gasoline, but to calm it down. Not to make it worse, but to try to make it better and mend some of those situations. Um, People with low emotional intelligence, yo, they slow too. And that's not um slow like abilities, capabilities like that, not that kind of slow. They are slow intentionally, like they just like bare minimum. If something only takes them 10 minutes to do it, but they've been given an hour to do it, they're going to take that whole hour. Why? Because they on the clock. And just because it takes them 10 minutes to do it doesn't mean that they're going to do it in 10 minutes. They want to get all a little bit of hours. They want to stretch it out as long as they can. No sense of urgency. People with low emotional intelligence, yo, no sense of urgency. They're going to take their time, even if they got the ability and the resources to be able to do something in a more effective, efficient way. They are never going to choose that way. They're going to choose to do it slow, whatever. They, yeah, hey, they definitely also blame others for their problems, for sure, Tima. Um, I think we might have covered that one earlier. But yes, you are absolutely on point. Low accountability for them too. It's always somebody else's fault. They are also stubborn, y'all. They are very stubborn, very stuck in their ways. Now, you want to be stubborn when it comes to certain things, when it comes to like your morals, your values, things that you believe in. Those things should not be able to be moved, because if they are moved, then truly you don't know who you are, and you just allowing other people and other situations to dictate to you who you are, if your morals and your values could easily be persuaded like that. But um when it comes to like change and adaptability and being flexible and all that type of stuff, people with low emotional intelligence is just not there for them. Whatever they've been doing, that's what they've been doing. They're very, very close minded. Don't tell them about nothing new that's about to come out, because they're not interested. They don't care. Don't tell them about something that is different than what they are used to doing. They ain't trying to hear none of that. Very, very stubborn, very, very stuck in their ways. Um, Big 16 said that shows the kind of person you are when you let people change you easy. Absolutely. That means you're just living like for the next thing to happen to you, a very reactive life. Like you just going with the wind. Yes, Lene, the activist. Yep. Boundaries. Yep. Absolutely. People with high emotional intelligence, y'all, they are patient. Don't get this confused with you letting people walk all over you. Like, but you also got to know yourself as well. Like using myself as an example, I know that I have very thin patience for adults, very much so. My patience get thin with young people when I know that like you can do better and you just choosing not to do better. I just let you go on about your business and let you do whatever it is. Because instead of me using my energy and all of my strength and depleting myself emotionally, becoming impatient, I'd rather just leave it alone, let you deal with yourself. And then when you are ready to come back and when you're ready to have something better for yourself, arms wide open, ready to help you in any way that I can. But you got to know your limits and you got to know yourself, because people with high emotional intelligence, even though we have our limits and we have our boundaries, when we're working with people, we are patient, and you got to be open with your communication too, to let people know like when it's not a good time. Like one thing I never do is try to deal with somebody when I know I got my own emergency going on. Now, it's very, very rare that that happens, but like the few times that it has happened and I didn't have time to talk, like I'll acknowledge the person, like, yeah, I got your phone call, or yeah, I saw your text. I'm gonna answer it later, just so they know. But like, yo, this is how you make yourself look like a bad leader when you talking to people and you thinking in your mind, oh, I wish they hurry up. Oh, I really don't have time for this. Like, because you thinking that, and guess what? You might not be saying it, but guess what? Your body language is saying it all day long. Your body language is screaming, I don't have time for you right now. Your body language is screaming, your issue is not important to me right now. Don't you know all the other crap I got going on? Not a good leader. Not a good leader. It don't matter whether or not the issue is important to you. The issue is important to the person that's following you, the person that's looking up to you, the person that's under your guidance. That's what matters. So people, leaders with high emotional intelligence, we know how to demonstrate that patience. We stable. We are very stable. Trackstar said, I'm still struggling on that slow ball in school. Hey, yo, stop playing. Ken said that was just on my assignment for my class. Hey, Chaos Smoothies, don't let me find out I'm teaching college stuff, y'all. Stop playing, y'all. Let me find out y'all at the University of Heart Smiles. But like, yo, people with high emotional intelligence, yo, we are stable. That don't necessarily mean that you got like every single point in your life together. But what it does mean is that you got a good hold on your emotional state. You got a good hold on where you are. And if your boat is sinking, you know that your boat is sinking. You're not trying to sit up there and convince other people that your boat is fine and that everything is just okay. You are very aware of reality and where you are and where you stand in life. And you are working on improving whatever those things are that you want to improve. Yo, Big 16 said I need an audio book. Hey, yo, you crazy, Big 16. Yo, um, people with high emotional intelligence. This one is probably going to shock you a little bit, yo. They are predictable, right? And this one, yo, it's a little funny, but stay with me for 1 second. People with high emotional intelligence, we have a brand that speaks for ourselves, right? People know what to expect from us. This is why, and I'm going to use this just as an example, right? And I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody at all. This is just an example, and let me know if y'all understand this example. This is why somebody can come to me right now and tell me that Chaos Smoothies was in a meeting with Hopkins, Bloomberg, and the mayor's office, and she just started cussing everybody out. And I'm going to hang up on that person because I don't believe a word they said. They going to come to me and tell me that, yo, Chaos Smoothies, yo, she was wilding out, yo. She was calling everybody bees. She was saying MF this and MF that. Like she was just off the chain. I already know not to even listen past the third word because she's already built up her brand and built up her reputation to where as though her behaviors in those meetings are predictable. Now, if you would have told me Chaos Smoothies was in that meeting and she was very professional, she took great notes, she digested and broke down things that probably didn't make sense at a high level, broke it down to people, and made sure everybody understand. Oh yeah, I'm going to believe that because that's predictable behavior from Chaos Smoothies, right? But then on the other hand, and again, y'all, I'm not throwing shade to nobody. But if somebody came and told me my homegirl Kaya was on that same meeting and her mute button was not on and her and Rich was going in the background cussing each other out, I'm going to believe that all day long. Oh, they did? They was doing what? Kaya calling him a B, he calling her a B back. The camera went on for a second and you saw them two fighting. Yo, because of their established behavior, because of their predictable behaviors, predictable attitudes, I'm going to believe it right off the break. I'm not saying that that's the right thing to do because I'm definitely going to go and do my own due diligence to talk to them and figure out and find out what happened. But just for the sake of argument, if I'm somebody that's a decision maker or whatever, and I don't have access to them, automatically they're going to be locked out of whatever potential opportunity I might have because you know what? That's predictable behavior of them. And that's just what it is. So, yo, yo, Simba. Hey, yo, is your live on the beach? Hey, yo, stop playing Big 16. But listen, true or true, like, did I lie? Like, does it make sense? The concept that I'm trying to convey to y'all. And like, that's why it is so important to protect your brand at all times. And when we think about people with high emotional intelligence, like, yo, they just have certain habits that are predictable. And it's like, yo, anything outside that, we're just not going to believe it. Um, People with high emotional intelligence, yo, they are also consistent. And that one goes without saying. They are consistent in demonstrating those habits. They are consistent with all the things that they do that make them an effective leader. People with high emotional intelligence are also good listeners. And I'm not talking about y'all, the people, y'all who be listening to people and you listening only so that you can think about what your response is going to be. No, I'm talking about the people who really listen to understand, the people who paraphrase after somebody has told them something important, the people who are um, purposeful and checking up on a situation or remembering important details about a person's story so that you can connect it later on down the line and keep connecting those dots and building up those relationships. Like, that's a true mark of a person with high emotional intelligence because it really shows that you are taking a good, genuine interest in the person that's following you. You are going to lose your followers, people who look up to you, people who see you as their leader. You are going to lose them if they feel like they just a number to you. If they feel like they go to you and you don't really listen, you don't really care, you don't really pay them no attention, your respect going to dwindle down if your people feel like that. So you always want to make sure that your people see you in that light of being a good listener. And again, remember, know your own boundaries and know your own limits because sometimes, depending on what's happening in your own personal life, you might not always be in a position to be a good listener. But you got to be honest about that. Don't sit up there and let somebody tell you a heartbreaking story and you can't really be in the moment with that person because you're thinking about your own crisis that's going on. No, great leaders don't do that. Great leaders are able to either do one of the two, either put your own crisis to the side for a moment and help that person through whatever it is that they got going on, or arrange a better time where you can truly be in the moment. But don't ever try to do that if you're not in the moment because you want to chip away at your credibility. Yo, yeah, I love a good listener because it makes you want to reciprocate the good energy back. Absolutely. And Taylor, your granddad is definitely like that. Um, when I was at the house, granddad and I had like an hour long conversation, yo. And when I saw him a few weeks ago when he came to the cookout, yo, granddad was bringing back up stuff that him and I had talked about. Why? Because he really cared about the situation. And he just took me over the moon when he went on his own to go and buy ice for us because he saw that we didn't have ice. He didn't know I already sent somebody out for ice, but like he didn't even ask me. He just went, did it himself, bought back ice. I'm like, Granddad, what you doing? He like, look, if I can't help my people when they need help, then I don't deserve the title Granddad. And like, yo, my ice box was done after that. My ice box was done after that. But yes, he's a great listener. All right, y'all. Keeping on down, y'all. We got a few more. We got a few more people with our low and then people with our high. Yo, people with low emotional intelligence, yo, they are very critical and critical in a bad way. It's a good way to be critical, like to be a critical thinker, to be a person that analyzes, like that's okay. But these people with low emotional intelligence, they want to be critical just to have something to say. These are the people that unless something is wrong, then they not right. They live to be the person to point out a mistake. They live to be the person to talk about, oh well, it ain't gonna work because of this. It won't work because of that. They and not in a good way because they really trying to help you figure it out. Like it's a difference, y'all. It's a clear difference between somebody that's trying to help you see the full picture so that you can really make a sound decision and they just telling you the bad things that could possibly happen, but they still supporting you. It's a difference between that person that their mind is just so cynical and so small, all they can see is the bad. So they focus in on that. Low emotional intelligence, yo. They also very picky. And again, not in a good way, yo. They are picky because they go back to like this crap right here because they are stubborn and they are resistant to change. That's why they picky. They just want to make things difficult. They want to make things hard. These are the people, yo. These are the people that get the hoop. They set the hoop on fire. They pour gasoline on the hoop. They get another hoop, and then they tell you to jump through both of those hoops just to get whatever it is done that you're trying to get done. Those are those kind of people. But the general said, I know a couple people like that. Yeah, listen, I feel you. Yo, we all do. And yes, Asita, they are greedy, yo. Cause I'm stuck doing homework right now, but I figured I'd drop that. Hey, look, that's what's up. But that's those people, yo. People with low emotional intelligence, yo, they fussy, yo. They fussy. They this, that, and the third, yo. Always complaining. Back to being that bad version of critical, yo. Always got something negative to say. You can count on them to make a big deal out of nothing, yo. People with low emotional intelligence, yo, hard to please. It's a big, big difference between knowing what you want and not settling for less than what you deserve or what you know you are valued as versus you not just ever being flexible and trying to meet people in the middle. Like, yo, these people with low emotional intelligence, yo, it's no pleasing them. You gotta do extra plus extra on extra on extra just to get them to even think about moving towards the middle on a situation, y'all. These are the people that will hold up the whole entire process of coming to a solution just because they want to. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. And look, this one about to flip a couple wigs, y'all. This one about to flip a couple wigs, y'all. But look, don't be scared. Don't be scared, y'all. People with low emotional intelligence, y'all, are also perfectionists. And listen, when I say that, y'all, that doesn't mean the person that want to make sure that things are in a good space, that things are good, and they just want to be represented well. Not those people, yo. These are the people where like everything is basically intact. Everything is ready to go. But it might be one small, teeny little thing that nobody even notices, yo, and that won't make a difference. This small little thing won't even impact whatever the goal is, but they hold up the whole entire process. They hold up the whole solution, yo. It could be something so great, and let's just use food insecurity as an example. It could be something so great. It's about to feed 50,000 people. but it's one small thing on the back end. Maybe it's like the color on the website is off by one shade of blue. Instead of them pushing the button so these 50,000 people can get their food and eat because they starving, this person is going to hold up that process for 6 months trying to figure out what that perfect shade of blue should be on the website. Yo, low emotional intelligence because they not thinking about how their decision is now impacting 50,000 people. They not thinking about at all how their decision is impacting the rest of the team. Like those are the type of toxic perfectionists that we talk about when we think about low emotional intelligence. They just can't even comprehend how their actions are negatively impacting other people. Yo, yes, yes, yes. Let me read. Yo, yup, they hold grudges. Yup, hey, Kamaya is all about discernment. Absolutely, yo. But yo, you didn't have to call out our team like that. Yo, look, I just had to let y'all know real quick. All right, yo. People with high emotional intelligence, yo, they are detailed. They ain't gonna half butt it, y'all. They are not gonna half butt it. They are detailed. They're gonna make sure it's done right, yo. They are careful people. We're careful. We want it done right. And at the same time, we are also thinking about the feelings of other people because that's what emotional intelligence is about in a nutshell, anyway. The emotions of other people once you understand yourself, yo. We're systematic and not systematic to the point where we allow ourselves to be like held up or stopped because we got to put things in a certain order, but just the way that we operate, like we like to make things easy, we like to make things efficient. We understand that the less stress we can take off of people in the beginning, the better they are to be able to handle real issues when real issues come up. And that's how a lot of people be getting stuck too. It's like, yo, you got a fire that really needs your attention, but you can't even really give that fire your attention because you're sitting over here struggling, stressed out about something that really in the end not is even going to matter. People with high emotional intelligence, we do our best to remove those barriers so you ain't even gotta listen to them. Virginia, you could call them a narcissist. Yeah, absolutely. And Lenata activist, I think we called that out too, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we did this. Yup, but absolutely, yo. Absolutely. Yo said, man, I don't be talking sometimes. I hear still talking 20 minutes later. Absolutely. Yes, Asita, they know how to handle things. Very much so, yo. And people with high emotional intelligence, yo, are neat. And I'm not talking about y'all rooms. Like your room could be a mess. Remember, we are talking about feelings and how you handle people, how you handle your followers, how you handle the people who look up to you, who are looking to you for guidance. Like, yo, we not messy. We not messy with that kind of stuff. It's no cloud of drama that follows us around, yo. Like we keep things nice and neat, and we do our best to make sure that things are productive and professional. Pretty much kind of at all times, yo. All right. So now, right, when we thinking about sorry, y'all. Hey, thank you, Asita. Got me on my word, yo, because I know, yo, my little handwriting, yo, be a mess. So now this question, right? This is a question that as a leader, you want to ask yourself. You want to ask yourself this question, yo. How can we help others manage their emotions? Because you'll find out, yo, if you don't already know, when you in that leadership position, yo, you basically going to be a lot of things. You're going to be the leader, you're going to be the coach, you're going to be the therapist, you might be a mother figure, you might be a father figure, you might be a brother figure, a sister figure. Like it's going to be so many roles, so many things that people think about you as, right? Um, And part of your responsibility as a leader is like, yo, how do you people manage their emotions? And this is a big part of emotional intelligence, because if you can't help other people manage their emotions as a leader, you're going to find yourself dealing with chaos that you don't necessarily need to deal with. You're going to find yourself dealing with unnecessary chaos and unnecessary drama. Like, you know how sometimes people might be a little annoying or getting on your nerves or like whatever, because you already know if that person is texting you or calling you, you already know that it's some kind of drama. You already know that it's some type of crazy issue that you're going to have to deal with. You'll be in that repetitive cycle. And this is important when you are managing a team. And some of y'all that be on these projects, especially when you're trying to get your peers to get things done so that the team can move forward, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People can't be productive and get their jobs done when their emotional status is all over the place, when they stressing over little things that don't matter, when they allowing themselves to be pulled into drama that's only holding them back. So you as the leader, you got to step into the space where you are able to help them manage that so that we can ultimately get to a space where people are productive. And like, yo, this is what made me so successful at Comcast. And y'all know I be liking to bring up my Comcast days on y'all. But like, yo, this is part of the reason why I was so successful, because at the sites that I had under me, we didn't deal with petty office drama. We didn't deal with like bullcrap that didn't matter, because we had gotten to a place where I had given people real strategies and real skills that they could use when they feel themselves getting angry, when they feel themselves getting frustrated. Whether you was getting angry or frustrated with a customer, with a teammate, with your supervisor, like with whoever, people understood how they could handle that on their own so that they didn't lose sight of the job. So now imagine all the sites I'm running, we not wasting time on crazy drama because everybody knows how to get back to being productive. So our numbers was always off the chart because people was always, they was always performing. Hey, Chaos Smoothies, no, I didn't yet. I didn't, but definitely I got that on my list, but no, I didn't. Yeah, so some things that you can do, right? Some things that you can do. And this one might not be that big of a surprise, yo. But first, respond since hold up. Y'all know my little handwriting, yo. Hang on. No, this ain't even my handwriting at this point. This my spelling. All right. All right. Check me on my spelling if I get it wrong, y'all. Respond sensitively when others communicate their emotions. This is so important, y'all. Sensitively. Thank you, Chaos Smoothie. Not sensibly, but sensitively. So like having a sensitive response. Yes, thank you so much. Yes. And like, yo, this is so important. And people, especially those hardcore leaders, drop the ball on this one every single day. And they don't understand how much damage it causes when you mishandle people's feelings and emotions. It don't matter whether or not you think it's a big deal. It don't matter whether or not you think that person should be upset. Even if it's a situation that they upset about that you wouldn't be upset about, that's not your job to immediately respond like that. Like, no, you can potentially get to that and talk about how you would handle it and talk about maybe your past experiences and stuff like that. But when people are first coming to you with their emotions, especially in a high state, as a leader, you got to be sensitive, yo. And this is another part, yo, where you got to know yourself. If you're not equipped to be sensitive to that, be honest with that person and let them know, look, I apologize. I really just can't have this conversation with you right now, but can we pick it back up or let me refer you to somebody else that can? You will save your credibility as a leader if you do something like that versus you responding with something that's going to make them feel even worse than what they felt when they first came to you. And sometimes that can be extremely hard, y'all. Trackstar said, what if it's an issue between you and you two and they make you angry? Should we wait to respond? Trackstar, that's a great question. Like, yo, you got to decide for yourself if you are able to lead in that situation despite your feelings. Like, I tell people all the time, and this is only because I'm old, y'all, and I've had practice, but I tell people all the time in the most calmest voice, y'all, I'm extremely angry at you. Like, I'm so angry, I'm so heated, and I'll be saying it calm just like that. But that's because I know that that moment doesn't call for me to be angry in my full response, like my tone of voice going up, my body language being all aggressive, the words that I use, I might not cuss in that because, like, I'm not trying to be aggressive with the words that I'm using, but I do want to be honest and communicate with you that I'm angry. If you haven't reached that point where you can 100% control your emotions and still be the bigger person in that situation, then definitely you should wait to respond. Or if you feel like you need a mediator, get yourself a mediator to be able to handle that situation. I did that with my supervisors all the time at Comcast. My supervisors, they used to have maybe like 25 people on their team, right? And they were responsible for doing like their disciplinary action stuff, doing all their weekly coaching stuff and all that. And sometimes they would be in situations where like they felt offended and like they were angry and they were upset and all that. And they would just ask me, hey, Joni, can you come and mediate this conversation between me and my employee? Because I just feel like I'm going to go off on them. Or like, because I'm so upset, I really can't even think from a leader perspective because I'm knee deep in the emotions too. So, yeah, like you be scared. Stop addressing issues over messages. Yo, that right there is a given. And I feel like we might have talked about that a couple of weeks ago, Trackstar. Like that right there is a given. As a leader, you got to be able to determine the best mode of communication. And 9 times out of 10, when you are addressing tough issues, most of the times, text and email is not the way to go. It's just not. Even though we use that frequently and it's convenient, it's just not the way to go. And the leader has to recognize that. If two people are going back and forth over text or email with all these long paragraphs and they ain't getting nowhere, that right there is the first sign to let you know that neither one of them are leaders because both of them are knee deep in the bull crap and nobody can rise above it to say, yo, let's hook up for lunch or let's get on the phone, let's get on the FaceTime, whatever the case may be. And that's what be making me so angry too about some of the beefs that be happening on these projects because I'm like, yo, out of everybody on this project, you mean to tell me I didn't have not one of y'all could stand the F up and bring everybody together? Not one of y'all had enough sense to get on the Zoom and try to communicate with the people who we having issues with? You mean to tell me not one? Like, that's how it be, yo. But as a leader, you got to be willing to take on that responsibility. Don't call yourself a leader if you're going to run away from that type of responsibility because that's what leaders do. We don't need any more people that's going to shy away from handling the issues. We need people that's going to handle the issues, y'all. And those are the leaders. Kamaya said, and that's something I had to learn myself. You can't show love or respect, compassion to people if you don't show it to yourself. Absolutely true. That is definitely true. Chaos Moon said, if we had time at the end, can we talk about competitive talking? Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And like, yo, our time is really about to be up, yo. We gotta dang. But yes, and when you say competitive talking, right, the way I take that is you trying to one up a person. So like they say something and you just trying to respond back with something that's going to shut down like whatever they said. Let me know if I'm on track with what you're thinking, Chaos Smoothies. That's not leadership. Leadership is educating people and helping to bring people up another level. That's what it is. If you're doing that in a way that's demeaning to people, that strips people of their self-esteem, that strips people of their self-worth, if you are stripping people of those things, you are not a leader. If somebody has a conversation with you and they walk away from that conversation feeling like sugar, honey, iced tea, you are not a leader. If you have a conversation with somebody, yo, and they leave that conversation knowing everything about you, they know about all the great things that you've done and all that, but they don't know about how great they are and how much potential they are, you are not a leader, yo. Okay, Chaos Smoothies. Yep. So I'm right on point with that. So, like, yo, yes, that competitive talking, throw it out the window. That's not leadership. Like, that's just not leadership. We got to be able to make sure that we are purposeful in the way that we deliver messages to people so that we are delivering messages that are uplifting to people. So that we are having conversations that help people learn something. Like, even if it's a rough conversation, even if you gotta cuss a person out, because plenty of y'all done been on the other end of those sides of conversations with me where I'm cussing you out or whatever, doing whatever it is that I'm doing. But like, yo, you're still learning. Like, I'm not just cussing you out to make you feel bad or to just put my foot on your neck so that you know your place and that you never get up. No, I'm cussing you out because I'm challenging you to be better and to do better. So, as a leader, you got to be purposeful with that, y'all. And that is going to take time to get to that place because you really won't be able to cuss people out until you build that relationship with them. And that's why I can do that. Because if somebody else said the same stuff that I say to some of these heartbeats, they would get slapped. They'd probably be dead, yo. But I can say it because of my relationship and because people know I'm saying it because I really care and because I really love them. So that's the difference. One more thing, and then we gotta go, y'all. We gotta get ready, get on and see Donovan, yo. We gotta be able to humanize their emotions by relating on a personal level. And this one can be tricky sometimes, y'all, especially when you haven't had the same lived experience as somebody. People sometimes are going to confide in you about situations or things that they are going through or been through that you may have never experienced. Regardless of that, yo, even if you can't relate as a leader, you are obligated to humanize those emotions by validating that, letting that person know, hey, you are so right to be angry. And if I was in your shoes, I would be angry as well. I may not have had the same experience, the same experience that you had with your dad because my dad wasn't in my life. But trust and believe, I understand how it feels to be disappointed. I understand how it feels to be let down by somebody that you love or somebody that you thought that loved you. Like, it's a way to relate. And leaders with high emotional intelligence, we are able to connect and relate to people in ways that are unimaginable. And that's like the secret sauce to building our relationships with people. And people look at us and they get jealous, like, dang, how that person working so hard for them on their team, on their project, but they come over to my team and my project and they only giving me bare minimum. That's because you don't relate on that personal level. And this is why we call this the holy grail when it comes to business, y'all, because business people, they want these lessons so that they can have people more productive and make more money. So they know that when you are able to tap into people on a personal level, they already know off the break that you are going to be able to get more out of that person because now you are dealing with the whole person and not just the one little part of them that identifies with an employee You're dealing with the whole person. So, yo, I hope that makes sense, yo. We gotta get off of here, yo. We gotta get off of here and get back to my boy. We gotta get to Donovan, yo. I hope somebody enjoyed that lesson, yo. I hope that was great. I hope somebody is coming out with us too on Saturday, yo. I hope y'all coming out on Saturday. I ain't gonna say I giving you a hint, but like, yo, be prepared if you're coming out on Saturday, yo. Bring your blessing bag. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Let me share this. Let me get this going. Get Donovan on here. Hold up. They not even it don't even say that they live. Oh, there they go. There they go. All right, we about to get this going on, y'all. Get your popcorn, y'all. Get your popcorn out. Can y'all hear? Because I can't hear. Yeah, I can't hear either, y'all. Let me make sure it's not me, y'all. I can't hear him either, y'all. Hang on, y'all. Let me make sure. Oh, that was them. Oh, they got feedback and everything. Yeah, that's you, bro. Can y'all hear? No, it wasn't me, Kamai. That was them. Can y'all hear now? Thank you, Big 16. We got it. King Core, is it still with echo?
Can everyone hear me?
I think that's them.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to GHP's Thursday. I'm from moderator of today. Wait, did I play you guys know first while people are speaking?
It's an echo.
It's like the mute.
I can't find it. Oh.
I don't know, y'all. I think that I think that's them. I'm gonna
Welcome
try to mute
everyone.
myself.
I'm Donovan McLean.
Let me know if y'all can still
I will
hear.
be the moderator of today's Therapy Thursday session. I work with Heart Smiles, a different project, John Hopkins, and obviously Urban Health Media Project. So now we'll get into introductions of our guests. Wait, also I go by he, they pronouns. Now we can get to introduction of our guests. Could you go, Matthew?
All right. My name is Matthew. I am a BPS student, and I go by he, him pronouns.
Mr. Ballard.
Hey, so good evening, everybody. My name's James Ballard, Dr. Ballard, and he, him. School psychologist
Hi all.
and clinical psychologist. Sorry.
Hi all. My name is Dr. Claire Agard. My pronouns are she and her. I'm a school psychologist and neuropsychologist.
Okay, Matthew, where do you go to school?
I go to school at Boston Arts Academy.
Okay, I'm going to do like a reintroduction of myself because it was kind of choppy the first time. Hey everyone, I'm Donovan, tonight's Therapy Thursday moderator. I'm a sophomore attending the Baltimore Project Institute, and I work with Urban Health Media Project, Heart Smiles, and the Youth Community Advisory Board with John Hopkins. So now we'll get into the questions. The first question of today is, how has the pandemic impacted students' mental health directly or indirectly? I would like Matthew to go first, and then we'll do Ms. Ballard, then Dr. Agard.
How it really impacted a lot of students, including myself, is it did open a lot of talks about mental health, too, especially in my community, along with it kind of caused like a lot of people to go through a lot of things that, we wouldn't go through otherwise, especially with circumstances, changes in circumstances. Many people that I know got F's for the first time, and it kind of shows that the pandemic, there people who are going forward can't be really. I can say that they should be defined by their pasts, because the pandemic changed a lot of things for a lot of people, and it's mental health wise, a lot of people are still going through it, even though we're not virtual anymore. They're still feeling the effect of it.
Can everyone see and hear me?
Now we can.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so now Dr. Ballard, is it Ballard or Ballard? Wait, could you unmute yourself? You're muted.
Appreciate that. So the impact has been it's been definite and serious. And I like how you worded the question, directly and indirectly. I mean, we've seen an increase in students' need or desire for mental health services, behavioral health services, mental being, the therapeutic support for, the discomfort through the mind, like anything from anxiety to depression, and behavioral health speaking to substances and substance use. So we've seen increases in substance use and abuse. We've seen increases in folks, young people's perceptions of how they feel. Depression has increased. Anxiety has increased, and within all of that, or through all of that, there have been interpersonal challenges. Interpersonal conflict has increased and improved. People have become more isolated personally, and again, these are the things that directly impacted young people because of the public health, the steps that have been taken to maintain or were taken to maintain public health, like folks having to be isolated and staying at home, social distancing and such. Those kinds of things, they just took away the more
Y'all, is this me or are they frozen? Like just straight frozen?
That's that we have of communication with other people.
All right, y'all let me know if it frees up on y'all. Taylor, I see your comments, so I'm taking that as if it might be good. Or maybe they need to turn
Do we
it off.
play through or do we stand by?
Yeah, it's really sketchy on there. And
Everyone, can you get?
Yes.
Oh, sorry to tease everyone. So, did you finish sharing your response?
I did. I did.
Okay. Now,
sorry about
could
that.
you
Y'all.
share
That's
your
definitely one.
response?
We're gonna try to
We're
gonna try to hold
if
on
you need me
to our
to
boy
repeat I
Donovan.
can.
No, I've got it. I for students who are having suicidal ideations, and
Can everyone hear me?
typically
Y'all, the ghetto. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. Like I'm not sure like why they having so many tech issues. Like, uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's doing a. I got it up on my phone too. Like it's doing like the same thing. So I don't know. It keeps saying that their video was paused. Yeah, hey, Kamaya, you might be right. Oh man, now it say that their live ended. Yo. Oh man. Yo. We we tried, yo. We tried. Let me I mean, and it's an important conversation. All right, hang on. They might be coming back. Let me refresh. It look like they trying to come back.
Can you hear me? Okay.
All right. Hopefully this better, y'all. We gonna try to rock with them. Only on the strength of Donovan, yo. Because if it wasn't for Donovan, we'd have been bibbity bobbity boo. Y'all, I'm so sorry, y'all. This is just a hot mess, yo. This is just a hot yo. If it wasn't for my boy Donovan, y'all. Donovan, we try and hang on for you, bruh.
Sorry for the technical issues, everyone.
Yo, at this point, I just give y'all my link, yo. At this point, I just give y'all my link, and y'all can come and have this conversation here, yo. Yo. Wow. Hey, yo. All right. I'm about to give them. I know. Yo, the show don't stop. Hey, Kamara, you so right, yo. Thank you so much for saying that. I'm about to offer them to be on. I'm about to offer them to be on our live, y'all. That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to offer them to because this conversation is so important, yo. A lot of people took a turn for the worse, mental health in school, and like, yo, it's literally kids out here suffering, yo. Like, seriously. So this conversation needs to happen, yo. And this is how the devil works, y'all. Let me see. All right. I just sent that to them, yo. The conversation is too important, yo. You got people, young people, yo. You got youth committing suicide. You got youth that's just going into their own black hole. You got all these different things that's happening with these young people, yo. And people need to be talking about this, and more importantly, figuring out like what the solution is going to be around it. So, like, yo, we got to be able to have this conversation. So, and I'm trying to let me go and refresh it and see if it see if they come back up. But I sent them the
implementing like more resources and more ways to get certain resources that is needed because a lot of kids they need like a lot of help. And it's not like they need help but they're weird, it's more of like they need help but they can't find it, or they don't find confidence in the systems that are already there, that they will need they need more help. They need I would say on a higher level of help, a more of like, but they thing that's holding them back from getting that through their own way, or just not knowing how to get it at all. So I really feel that if schools could have a direct link to getting past what they already give, then a lot of students can get what they need instead of what is necessarily there. Like they have less constraint.
Okay, I totally agree. Dr. Agard, you may go now. You're muted.
In education and mental health, there are programs referred to as trauma-informed education. And all it means is that classroom teachers are sensitive to the fact that the students have gone through a trauma, that it's likely to affect everything about them, their behavior, ability to learn, physical health, and all of that. And I think it would be great if every school could take that approach, because that sensitivity causes teachers to monitor the way they speak to children, they watch their tone, They encourage the students to talk about their feelings. They teach them to understand and to others' feelings, needs, and be able to take the perspectives of others. And so students benefit from that kind of thing. Another thing that would be good is starting every day with, some kind of relaxation exercise, like a breathing exercise, or starting with some kind of positive exercise that may take 5 or 10 minutes, but it just sets the tone for the day. And in some high schools, there are a lot of suspensions, and I think that's something, knowing that these kids have been traumatized, that their behavior may change. I think suspension would be the last thing you'd want to do if you see an infraction, and more like what's called restorative justice. You give them something to do at school. They may help to file or cleaning lockers or something, but just the sensitivity and not be as punitive as they'd normally be. And lastly, provide more academic help and support.
And I totally agree. The warm-up idea is amazing. Dr. Ballard, can you go?
Yeah, yes, indeed. I would go in the directions that were actually already stated, and other things similar things, but other things that pop in mind are to make sure that there are check-ins, that there are regular check-ins with the students, and with that both students and teachers, all staff, are trained to understand, the signs and the symptoms to some degree, of mental health issues and or needs, so that everyone can be aware and alert, one, to their own needs and how they're feeling and how they're presenting, but then also be able to eyeball their peers, other students, the staff, pay attention to the students, so that everybody knows what wellness looks like and what the quiet or the loud calls for help look like. Because I've noted that there's some students who have come back to school and they have plugged in and connected well, and so their grades are strong. But there are other students who performed well academically, historically, pre-COVID and during COVID even, but who are having trouble academically now. That may not be, a lack of effort. That's likely a quiet, cry for help. So just having staff trained, have students trained, and they're not clinicians who are diagnosing. They're just folks who are moving with other people in the school and paying attention, but using that eye for help. Also, even having a location that's more specific for wellness. In our schools, we have a wellness area, specifically a wellness suite where students can go. And just passing word throughout the school to make sure that teachers know that, hey, sometimes, James is going to need a minute, and, don't get in his way. Understand that he's going to go see Dr. Agar down in the wellness suite. He's going to chill out for a little bit, get things back together again, and then go back up to the class. And then there's another piece which I think is important, and we're probably going to walk in this direction even more. It has to do with the parents and making sure the parents understand as well, because even though we're not in the homes and the parents aren't consistently in the schools, if you will, we play off of each other so consistently, that they also have to understand that the level of effort, the degree of effort that they once saw may be challenged a bit right now, and how to parent in a supportive way during this time when everybody is thawing from COVID. Everybody is, getting their faculties back online and getting themselves balanced once again. So connecting with parents as well and making sure they understand and that their expectations are shifted and changed based on a real understanding of mental health.
A couple of other things I wanted to mention. I also think it's important for classroom teachers to have like a structured and predictable learning environment, because predictability helps to relieve anxiety.
Nice.
And so the students would benefit from that. And lastly, it's also important that school staff engage in their own self-care, because they've got to take care of themselves before they take care of others. They need to learn ways to calm themselves down, because there are things students may do that may trigger them, and so they need to know how to calm themselves down, take a breath before reacting. Those kinds of things.
And I totally agree with that. Self-care is the best care. Now we'll be moving on to question 3. Why do you think there's stigma surrounding student mental health? And what can be done to eliminate the stigma?
I think why there's so much stigma is because a lot of times they don't see us as like having problems, and they don't really see us as like someone. They see us as like children, because with kids, a lot of times kids, they don't, the things that they care about aren't really like serious. They don't, a lot of times people don't see children, just kids in general, teenagers, elementary school, middle schoolers, they don't see them as more than that. And because of that, there's a stigma that they don't really need that, because they're perfectly fine. They do that sometimes. That's why a lot of kids that I know are afraid of therapy and just getting self-care and all this stuff, because they feel that they're the reason that they have the problems that they're having, and like that the things that they're going through aren't valid. So a lot of times, like especially when I was in elementary school and middle school, I'm one of those unfortunate kids that got basically, I would say, bullied, because I was in a different mental state than everybody else. I got bullied by teachers. And so basically because of that, I personally now have anxiety when it comes to education. And because of that, I feel that eliminating that stigma is one of the like highest priorities when it comes to like just education, mental health in schools. And especially now, that stigma is, I would say, one of the biggest roadblocks, because I feel that just because you could be younger, you could be a teenager, just because they're under the age of 18, or they don't have any quote unquote real problems, doesn't mean that nothing affects them. And I feel the best way of eliminating that is kind of bringing in understanding to teachers, staff, other students as well, that the individual person has their different experiences, and because of those different experiences, they are going to react in different ways. Nobody's the same. Nobody's gonna like me. No one's gonna just fall down and get back up. Some people will stay down for the longest time, and be unable to get the help that they need to get back up. So it's the stigma is a huge roadblock that needs to be eliminated, because it's honestly I feel it's not fair to the kids who need help and feel that there's something wrong with them, because they're the reasons why they're feeling like that is quote unquote not valid. So yeah.
And I think it's very important when it comes to the topic of mental health, there's this sense of people being inferior or weaker just because they have these mental health issues. So yeah, I definitely agree. Dr. Ballard, could you go?
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate what was just shared, and thank you for sharing that. It is definitely about someone having a distinguishing characteristic, and then because of that characteristic, people, judging them. And it is judgment in that judgment period is challenging, but judgment for those reasons has been horrific for us, as since humanity began, judging people for specific characteristics. It's, as we know, wellness is a human thing. You know, mental health is a human thing. So it's something that we all manage, whether we're conscious of it or not. It's something that we're all constantly managing. And there is a perception with anything that's perceived to be that kind of a difference, typically that it can be a negative thing. And because it can be challenging in, say, the academic realm, it can impact performance because it can impact, depending on what a person may be coping with, depression, anxiety. I'm just sticking with those two. Generally, it can impact focus and concentration and attention, and therefore impact grades in the classroom. It could make me want to move away from people. My mental health needs may make me want to move away from folks and not go out as much and not connect or be on teams and just want to listen to my ear pods and stick to myself because that's different. And or because I have some challenges in the classroom, I then stand out for those reasons again and perceived to be different, and those kinds of things are perceived as hurdles or hangups for me in society because we have this perception of how people are supposed to be living, how people are supposed to be moving, and so we have this expectation of how young people are supposed to grow. As was said, and which is why I really appreciate it, we are all unique and beautifully, wonderfully designed as we are. And so it's a matter of embracing every student as they present and not looking at them against other individuals. It's really also, again, about passing the word of what wellness really is, what mental health really is to people, and becoming more knowledgeable in a functional way. And also, I would say things like you mentioned, I don't know if you went into the elimination aspect of things, but just working, volunteering, connecting with agencies, entities, organizations in the community that work with and support people coping with mental health. Because it normalizes wellness, it normalizes health. I have two children who cope with depression, and so it has been a part of our lives since day one. And the love is the same. The expectations about treating people with respect and honor is the same. Taking time out, the whole wellness piece for them and for us is the same. There's really nothing different. It's just they tweak their wellness based on how they present. I tweak my wellness based on how I present. And so it's really, I think about knowledge and knowledge gained not just through books and movies and films and such, but really interacting with people and embracing people as they are and as they present.
I love that response. And I also believe there needs to be an elimination of judgment, and that people need to see everyone as the same, no matter how unique they are.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Agard, may you go?
I think the stigma exists because of ignorance, fear, because we tend to fear what we don't know, and inaccurate or misleading representation of mentally ill individuals. Even in the media, there may be a movie about somebody with depression, and the way it's shown, it's nothing like real depression. Or you hear there may be somebody that's got schizophrenia, and rather than showing what schizophrenia really looks like, they're showing somebody that's got multiple personalities. The media is very misleading when it comes to mental illness. I think that's a part of it. And then there's also what I refer to as institutional stigma. And what I mean, like, for instance, the government puts less money into research for mental health than they do into the physical illness. So that's institutional. Another thing is mental health practitioners are paid much less than physicians, even though their training may have been much longer. and they tend to spend more time with their clients. So to me, that's, that's institutionalized stigma. And how can it be reduced? Speaking openly about mental illness without shame, educating yourself, educating others. Be aware of your language when you're talking about somebody who is mentally ill. Can I think of anything else? Dr. Ballard said normalizing. I think he said wellness. I say normalizing mental health treatment. You take medication if you've got diabetes or a heart problem. Well, it's the same thing. You take medication if you're mentally ill. And if we really want to look at what mental illness really is, it's also physical because it's based in the brain. The brain is your part of your body, so we could also look at it that way. And I think those kinds of things would help to lessen the stigma over time. It's not going to happen overnight. It'll take time.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there should be a lot of education because some people don't take mental illness as an actual illness because it isn't something you can physically see. So I agree.
That's true.
We have a comment in the chat. This is from a youth via Heart Smiles. I had someone I know commit suicide this year, and it would have meant so much if there was something that could have prevented that. To this day, I still wish I could have help. Do you have any advice for them?
As someone, I had my a cousin commit suicide, and even myself, I understand the feeling that he could have helped, and yes, to some point, but at the end of the day, you can't bring him back. So I feel that there has to be an acceptance that you didn't know, and you didn't know what was going on, and you shouldn't blame yourself because it's kind of hard to say, just to get what I'm trying to get across, but you shouldn't blame yourself for an action, even though you could have done something. And let me try. So that you could have done something, but you didn't know, and with the lack of information, it hurts, yes, and it's hard, but you have to push forward and kind of work hard. Like I say, like, try to be there and work harder to be there for others as well, and try to realize and look at other people when people might need somebody. If someone's alone, like standing in a corner, and they've been doing that for days, or they're sitting at a lunch table by themselves, go over. You don't just going over could, make their day, make their entire year. That's what, like, it's really just keep an eye out, and look. It's important to look around you, because especially like if you're a teenager, you don't really realize what's around you because you're in your own group. You're focusing on your own group, and there's a bunch of other people, and there's a bunch of like other kids who are just who are very interesting, and could be going through something, who need support. And a lot of times they get ignored because there's this kind of group, gang, I would say, like gang, not like gang violence, but like a gang of pals. There's like this crew mentality. Yeah.
Did you want us to chime in? I just thought that was a powerful response and very real. And I mean, suicide is really painful and really challenging and really troubling. I mean, on so many levels. And one might say that the root of it may have been depression, which is has this insidious kind of development to it. You know, like it moves slowly and can get stronger and moves, you know, and you may not necessarily see it, and then you think you see pieces of it, like a person pulls away, like you just said, that, you know, people may be in a corner, maybe separating themselves, they move, they might not laugh at every joke, and they may tell you things, but they may not tell you things. That's why I absolutely agree that we are observant, that we are trained to some degree with an understanding of how these conditions present themselves in people, and, you know, and so that we're alert and we can check in with people, because sometimes people won't let you know verbally. They may just let you know behaviorally. You know, you may just feel it based on, you know, what you see as an expression of their feelings and or an expression of their thoughts. And also you touched on it's a concept called survival guilt. There's you know, just feeling, and then there are all kinds of the number of schools of thought that talk about how we respond to the death of someone, anyone, but the death of someone close to us. And so guilt with regard to that, thinking, you know, thinking about it, thinking, hey, maybe I could have done something, there's something I could have seen, somehow I could have stepped in. It's a common and a natural mindset, or a way of visiting what happened. It's common. It happens very frequently. You know, other elements, anger, you know, trying to bargain with it to some degree in ways. You know, had I done this, maybe things would have been different. The shock of it. I mean, I'm throwing those out to say that there are a variety of ways that we respond that researchers and theorists and folks who practice in the field of loss say that are just natural to human beings. So it makes sense. But being observant, talking when other people can't talk, believing people when they say that something is happening with them, not brushing it off, understanding the resources in any given community, because there are a lot of resources, especially in the District of Columbia. DC is resource rich. So you can definitely, if you know those resources, then you can do what you can to help connect someone. Sometimes you can call and get information and share that information with the person. I mean, I know I'm talking a lot, but it's just, this is also something that's very close to my heart as well, because I've had folks I've been close to who have made the choice to act on suicide as well. So, and also monitoring yourself. I think we've touched this several times with each of these questions. I think Dr. Agard said it. It's a matter of making sure that we're focusing on, it's a reminder to focus on our own health and balance as well.
I definitely agree. What you said was truly valuable. We're running close on time, but we have 2 questions left we'll answer before we leave. How are things different at school for students socially, and how can they make up for the social growth they miss?
Who? I'm sorry, so who?
Oh, Dr. Agard?
How are things different socially? You know, on the surface, it looks like things are the same.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing looks any different. But when you speak to the students one-on-one, there is this constant worry at the back of their mind, because everybody's still worried about catching COVID. Some of them have family members who have died. You know, so there's that constant worry. So while the onlooker may think they're fine socially, most of them aren't. Of course, there are going to be the few that are fine, but the majority of them have got this chronic worry because of the pandemic that we're still in. And I think where that's going to be evident, and it's going to take, the sensitive teachers to realize that, you're going to find that they're going to have difficulty concentrating. You'll find grades may fall. So there's a variety of things. So, but on the surface, they all look the same.
I totally agree. I think it's more of getting to know someone instead of just having an idea of what you know about them from what you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm finding? If I can throw them very quickly, we're also finding that there was interaction during COVID, and so now that we're back in school, some of the fallout for those interactions are being played out, in the school, because there was interaction, but text messaging and so on and so forth, which allowed for, and texts and such doesn't always allow for the most meaningful communication. But now folks are back in the environment face to face, so we're finding that there's some level setting, some adjustments going on, and that has been challenging for people and just bringing the solution for that is the idea is bringing people to the table and actually sitting with each other and talking about trying to reach common ground. They thought they had reached common ground, but face to face, they're finding that wasn't necessarily the case, so they're working on it now.
Yeah, I agree. I think everyone should, and they should be able to have that. Okay, I want to say sorry for all the technical difficulties, and thank you for everyone who came out and took the time out of their day to join this conversation, and also a big thank you to the guests who decided to be a part of this.
Pleasure. Thank you.
So now we'll go. Bye.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Yo, thank y'all so much for rocking with us on that. I know that it was a struggle at first, yo. All the tech issues did not want him to be great, yo. But thank you, everybody that stuck through, even through the tech challenges. But like, yo, that's how you know when the conversation is too important, because it's going to be all these issues, all these obstacles. But I commend my man Donovan because he did what he knew he was supposed to do. Keep trying, keep going, do not be silenced, work through whatever those issues are. So Donovan, yo, kudos to you, because great important conversation. And I'm sure, y'all, that there are going to be other conversations like this. So I'll make sure that I'm staying in touch with Urban Media Health. Like I might have said that backwards, y'all. Urban Health Media. For their therapy Thursday sessions. Yeah, hey, Kamaya, I am too. Like, yo, so proud. Jazzy, I know, so proud, yo. Jazzy said she kind of made it, but you know what? You made it, and that's what matters. Yeah, Stacy said you did it, Dawn. Yeah, and yo, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. And I encourage y'all to, especially people that relate to these type of topics around mental health, to reach out to them to see about, maybe having a session based off of a topic that that's important in our communities. Thank you, Chaos Smoothies. Thank you. But yo, that's it, y'all. That's it. I appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all already know y'all my fave. Hopefully, I get to see y'all on Saturday. If you come in Saturday, bring your blessing bag. That's all I'm going to say on that, yo. And you know what I'm about to say. Go be productive, yo. If you still on here rocking with us, then I'm pretty sure that you don't have that problem. But I always got to remind you, go be productive. You still got about 2 more hours left in your working day. There you go. What's up, Donovan? Great job, yo. The devil was trying to hold you back with those tech issues, but you did what you were supposed to do. You fought through. You made sure, yo, that you was there. Didn't let no obstacles stop you. Didn't let no tech issues stop you. None of that. That's right, Dad. Jazzy, the Dawn. Okay, Kamaya. Yup. Get that homework done, yo. Yup. Do what you gotta do, yo. Go be productive. Donovan, I just told them to make sure that they letting you know about some specific mental health topics that they might want to touch on for the therapy sessions. Like, yeah, so we can get that popping and we can make sure that we touching on like all types of perspectives from young people or things that they dealing with. But you did an amazing job. Not that I expected anything less. I already knew you was gonna go on there and kill it. But you went on there, killed it, did a great job. So proud of you. Yeah, it's a great thing that y'all doing, y'all. But yo, go work on those goals. Whatever your version of success is, yo, go work on those goals. Okay, Jazzy. And if y'all rocking with us tomorrow, then you already know what time it is. Focus Friday tomorrow. Don't be dumb, yo. Focus Friday tomorrow. But all right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, y'all. I'm out of here.